This is part 2 of why I'm not an atheist. I'm going to go into the subjects of morality and meaning. I'll first touch on meaning. If there is no God, if everything that exists is because of a random, unguided process, and if everything that exists is simply material, simply particles, molecules, and atoms, then how can you attribute any meaning to life? Regardless of how you feel about it. If you feel that there's meaning to your life, intellectually, you cannot account for meaning. There is no ultimate meaning. When you die, your consciousness never comes about again. You are dead forever, and even if you are remembered years from now, eventually you will be forgotten. So you cannot account for meaning. As an atheist who thinks deeply enough, in my opinion, would come to this conclusion and realize this, and I'm sure many have. But for an atheist to think that life has meaning, they're fooling themselves, in my opinion. No offense, but I believe that they're fooling themselves because there's no way you can account for meaning if life didn't happen on purpose. I like to say if life didn't happen on purpose, there is no purpose. An accident is the opposite of having purpose. So that's just a touch about meaning, morality. As an atheist, you could not account for morality either, not real morality. Subjective morality, sure, but that doesn't really mean anything. That goes back to the meaning thing. Subjective morality basically saying, I believe that this is wrong or right, but it's just subjective to each person. Objective moralities, on the other hand, wouldn't exist in a universe that wasn't created, came about by an unguided natural process. Objective morality is what we face every day. Objective morality is, in my opinion, at the core of our beings. Now we blame people for things when they lie to us, or they cheat us, or they trick us. In politics especially, we point the finger. We say this person or this group of people are bad. They're bad people, or whatever. We're throwing out objective morals. I mean, I think a lot of us confuse objective morals with our own morals, but I believe that objective morals are naturally within us, because I believe, obviously, as a Christian, that God created us with those values in us. But the point of it is that you cannot have a world with objective morality without an authority to give that objective morality. So it would all have to be subjective, which basically, if there's no God, all morality would have to be subjective. So that means that no one could rightfully say that Hitler was a bad person, objectively bad. Objective covers all. Objective morality would cover all things. In other words, raping a woman, is that objectively wrong? If it is, it would cover all of humanity. But if it's not objective, then how could anyone say that it's wrong for somebody else? But that's what we do. We have law rooms, courtrooms. We have justice in America, where in other countries, but in America we have a court of law that sends people to jail or even to death because of what they've done. Now we're imposing a moral law. Everybody does this. Well, I would say most people. I can't say everybody, but I'm willing to bet most people do it. Just obviously, and I would hope most would agree with that. Most people impose an objective morality. That there is such a thing as right and wrong. That rape is wrong. That murder is wrong. That, and when I say murder, I mean murder. I don't mean killing. Killing in war, defending your country, that's a whole other subject. I'm not even going to get into that. But rape, murder, even lying, cheating on your spouse, all this stuff, most people can agree that this is objectively wrong. But if in a world without God, if you don't believe in God, you cannot say it's objectively wrong, because no one has the authority to say that. We're all human beings, and if there's no God, then we're basically all just animals, we're all just atoms, we're all just particles, and there's no meaning, there's no real morality. It's all an illusion at that point, if there's no God. This is why, part of why I'm not an atheist. Because not only can I not accept that, but that goes against my very being. And I believe it goes against most people's beings and their mind. Okay, I believe it goes against most people's spirit. And for the ones that can accept this, that are atheists, I applaud you, because you're at least thinking deep enough to understand these truths. If there's no God, there is no meaning to life, and there is no real morality. Everything that we understand, especially with morality, is purely subjective, and any sense of meaning is a false one. It's an illusion. So if you're an atheist, make sure you understand these things, because it's very important. It's very important because of this. Because as an atheist, you have no hope. The best that you can do is ignore these truths. And when you die, all you can do is cross your fingers. It disturbs me very much, not because I hate people, not because I hate atheists, because I've thought about these things myself. And it's disturbed me beyond anything could ever be disturbed by. To try to comprehend what life really is without God. There are people that have gone insane over it. Very intelligent people. And I believe it's because they thought deep. But they didn't have a trust or a faith in God. There is evidence for God. There is evidence for Jesus. Overwhelming evidence. Seek the truth, you will find the truth. Anyways, that's why I'm not an atheist, part 2. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.